The topic of debt management usually conjures up dry, predictable advice. Cut up your credit cards and use the snowball or avalanche method. While those strategies are structurally sound, they miss the fundamental, deeper battle, and that's the psychological fight for control of your life. Debt in itself is a crippling mental burden that affects your self-worth, your relationships, and your entire outlook on the future. The conventional approach focuses on the money. The unconventional, truly effective approach focuses on mindset, momentum, and the brutal honesty of self-assessment. We're going to redefine debt management not as a painful period of sacrifice, but as a focused, intense, and deeply personal campaign to reclaim your future freedom. Before you can attack debt, you must first understand it, and that means reclassifying it not by its interest rate, but by its emotional weight. The avalanche method, paying the highest interest rate first, is mathematically superior, but most people fail because they lose momentum. The snowball method, paying the smallest balance first, creates quick wins, but costs more in the long run. There is a third way, a synthesis of the two, driven by psychological necessity. We need to break your debts into 3 categories, not 2. This is the debt that keeps you up at night. It might be the smallest balance, or the one with the most aggressive collections calls, or the one tied to a mistake you deeply regret. It is the debt that feels the heaviest, regardless of its size. This debt must be eliminated first, even if it's not mathematically optimal, because its removal provides an immediate, profound release of mental energy. This is not about saving money. It's about freeing up cognitive bandwidth to fight the bigger battles. You must remove the anchor to lift your spirits and prove to yourself that you can win. These are the high-interest debts, the credit cards and personal loans with punishing double-digit rates, 20% plus. These debts bleed you dry, acting like a constant drain that nullifies any savings efforts. Once the anchor debt is gone, you must pivot immediately to the bleeders and apply the mathematical avalanche method. You attack the highest interest rate first with every extra penny you have, because these debts are the ones most actively trying to bankrupt your future. This is the debt you might choose to live with for a while. Think low-interest mortgage, car loan, or student loans with subsidized rates. These are the debts that have a low, manageable cost of capital. You continue paying the minimums on these, recognizing that the money you could use to pay them off early is better utilized elsewhere, building your investment portfolio or bolstering your emergency fund. This step requires the maturity to accept that not all debt is evil, and some can be leveraged as a strategic cost of living. This new classification system allows you to build momentum first, achieve maximum financial impact second, and maintain long-term perspective third. A major reason people lose control of their finances is that their money is allocated based on habit, not intention. They earn, they pay bills, and whatever is left disappears into a fog of small purchases. To manage debt successfully, you must initiate a zero-based budgeting blitz that reclaims every pound and gives it a specific debt-destroying job. The concept is simple. Your income minus your expenses must equal 0. But we're applying a twist. On the first day of the month, before any money is spent, you mandate a debt payment figure. This figure is calculated by taking all your minimum payments, adding the minimum contribution to your emergency fund, and then adding a debt offensive payment. This offensive payment is non-negotiable. It's the sum you will throw at your anchor or bleeder debt. Most people assume their existing fixed costs are unchangeable. You need to approach every single monthly expense as a suspect that must be interrogated. Challenge your subscription services, your insurance providers, your utility bills, and your mobile phone contract. You must renegotiate, downgrade, or eliminate at least one significant expense every single month for 6 months. This generates a continuous stream of new, found money that goes straight into your debt-offensive payment. The goal of the buffer fund is simple: to save up 1 month's worth of all your necessary expenses and keep it in a separate, easily accessible account. Why is this important? Because when an unexpected expense, a car repair, a dental bill comes up, you pay for it with the buffer fund and not a credit card. The buffer fund protects your debt-free momentum from being broken by life's inevitable curveballs. Once you have this 1-month buffer, then you shift your savings focus to building the full 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Well, you are in a marathon against your old habits, and the only way to win is to wear psychological armor that prevents burnout and maintains focus. You need a clear, defined endpoint. Financial plans often feel endless, which is why people quit. Use an online calculator to work out your debt-free date if you stick rigidly to your current plan. Don't just pick a year, pick a precise month, day, and year, e.g. July 17, 2027. This date is your Liberation Day, your single source of motivation. Print it out. Put it on your fridge, your phone screen, and your wallet. Every time you consider an unnecessary purchase, look at that date and ask yourself, is this purchase worth pushing my freedom date back by 3 days? This simple reframing turns abstract sacrifice into a tangible trade-off. Momentum is built on small victories. If you only celebrate when you pay off an entire credit card, you will quickly burn out. You need to manufacture joy in the process. Celebrate the first time your principal balance drops below a key milestone, £5,000, £1,000, etc. Celebrate when you successfully move your minimum payment to a new card after paying off an old one. You must acknowledge and validate the small acts of discipline that are building your success. This counteracts the feeling of deprivation that inevitably accompanies a strict budget. When the debt fatigue sets in, you need to be able to immediately reconnect with the core reason you started this journey. Create a why wall, a physical or digital mood board that displays exactly what your debt-free life will look like. Is it the photo of your children you want to send to a better school? Is it the picture of the local park where you want to spend a quiet afternoon instead of working overtime? Is it the image of a charity you want to donate to? Your why wall connects your daily sacrifice to your ultimate purpose. Debt is a fight for time and choice. Traditional advice focuses too much on cutting and not enough on generating. You can only cut your expenses so far, but your ability to generate income is potentially infinite. To truly break the back of large debt, you must launch an income offensive. This converts dormant assets into an active income stream, which is more scalable than austerity. Second, execute a reverse negotiation on old, high-interest debt. Save a lump sum, e.g. 50% of the balance, and offer a one-time settlement to the creditor. This high-stakes move can wipe out years of debt in a single conversation, provided you get the paid-in-full agreement in writing. Finally, implement the debt-to-wealth pivot. The day your debt is gone, immediately reallocate the entire monthly payment sum into a tax-advantaged investment account like an ISA. This single act transfers the hard-won discipline of debt repayment directly into your personal wealth-building campaign. The true victory is not being debt-free. It is establishing a financial life where every action you take is a deliberate step toward greater freedom and control. Go execute your pivot.